Attorney General Jeff Sessions is looking to double down on legalized police robbery. So this is from the AP. They say the Justice Department will soon make it easier for local law enforcement to seize cash and property from crime suspects and reap the proceeds, Attorney General Jeff Sessions said Monday. Sessions said a shift will be announced this week that will increase the use of asset forfeiture, especially for drug suspects. The practice has been criticized because it allows law enforcement to take possessions such as cars and money without indictments or evidence a crime has been committed. Wow. So I call this legalized police robbery because it is legalized police robbery. They see you, they don't like the way you look for whatever reason. They can say, yeah, I think that you're about to commit a crime and your possessions are going to be used in that crime, so we're going to seize it. And the burden of proof is shifted. It's not on the state to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The burden of proof is now suddenly on you after I took your shit to explain why you think you should have it back. And there's, a process that doesn't even function in that respect, and people are just kind of screwed, and they just get their stuff jacked from them. Now, meanwhile, he's doubling down on this when law enforcement took more stuff from people than burglars did last year. This is one of those facts that people don't believe until, you show them and you point it out repeatedly, because it doesn't sound true, because, that's crazy to think that basically police stole more shit from people than people who steal shit from people. That sounds crazy. But guess what? It's just not covered. It's rarely discussed because it's viewed, if it's law enforcement doing it, it's kind of viewed as, well, it's inherently respectable because they have a uniform and they have a badge and they represent the community. And what if they don't? What if they're just a bunch of thugs in uniforms with badges? Now, I'm not saying all cops are bad. They're not. But what I am saying is the facts show that they're stealing more shit than people who steal are stealing shit. In fact, let me give you specifics. The Treasury and Justice Departments deposited more than $5 billion into their asset forfeiture funds. $5 billion. Now, according to the FBI, that same year, burglary losses were only $3.5 billion. So burglars steal $3.5 billion from people. The police stole $5 billion in asset forfeiture. It shouldn't be legal. It's that simple. And then also, a lot of departments take this money and they put it towards shit for themselves. So now there's an incentive to go rob from people. We covered a story a while back about how they set up like a new break room and they got a fucking new coffee machine or margarita machine or whatever the fuck it was. And they did that with money that they jacked through civil asset forfeiture. So it's just basically trusting the state when they say, trust us, we got this, man. It's all good, don't worry. Look in the other direction. If we do some shit, it's legit. Just by definition, I have a uniform, I have a badge. So when I start robbing people, look the other way, it's okay. I don't know, they look suspicious enough to me, so I don't feel bad about doing it. So yeah, I took the money. I took the money from them. I took the property from them. They can't get it back. And yeah, we're using it to personally profit off of it. We're using it to, redo our police department. And Jeff Sessions looks at this and he goes, nothing wrong here. In fact, I love that. Let's do more of it. It's supposed to be the case that nobody is above the law. But according to the far-right ideology, it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. If you're in a position of authority, if you have the badge and the gun and the uniform, that's exactly what it is. You are above the law. You are the law, so you get to do whatever you want. Other people can't do what you do, but you get to do whatever you want, and we're going to defend it because we're authoritarians at our core. So yeah, if you steal from people, well, maybe they had it coming. Maybe they deserved it. Maybe we don't need due process. Maybe we don't need habeas corpus. Maybe constitutional protections or forget that. I can't believe this this is still around, civil asset forfeiture. They need to do, cases over this and sue, and the Supreme Court has to slap it down. I mean, this is crazy. And there's even signs, I think it was Clarence Thomas, incredibly far right-wing judge, who was like, yeah, I don't know about the constitutionality of that. So you could even maybe win over some conservative justices on this. The liberals are already there, and some conservatives, if you win, you could win them over, because you know what argument you make to them. This isn't small government. You guys say you believe in small government. That's small government when the government could just take your shit, not have to present any evidence, just say, I don't know, you look guilty, so I took it. I mean, that's fucking crazy. So, there we have it. Jeff Sessions proving yet again he doesn't believe in small government. He's an authoritarian. And he believes, might makes right. The force of the state means they are correct and you have to bow your head to them. At least when he's in charge, he believes that. If he disagrees with the people who are in charge, oh my God, then all of a sudden he would, go nuts and say, this is crazy. You can't just take people's stuff. You're big bad liberals. When it's him in charge, when it's his buddies at the police department, oh yeah, you take whatever you want.